Hello, everybody. Cyanusk111 here, and welcome back to more Civilization VII. I'm still trying to figure out how to go about with addressing the situation of unhappiness in Puteoli, Ostia, and Sevilla. Especially since Puteoli and Ostia are cities, and if they rebel, it could split my homeland empire completely in half, and that is not good. I guess by the time this whole game is over, I will have learned my lesson completely about using town specialties more often and refraining from converting them into cities unless absolutely necessary. But more on that in a little bit. We've got a city-state bonus to choose. Monastery allows the construction of the monastery unique improvement. +4 science, +3 happiness if the settlement follows your religion, which none of them do. That is gonna be a pain in the butt. Free inquiry, natural law, or Reichskuris. I guess I could do natural law, since it would give me +5% science if I am a suzerain of a of each city-state, and that's gonna be useful, since I am the city-state of Istanbul. And we got a narrative choice, international diplomat. Word spreads quickly across the seas. Ben Franklin's ear is open to reason. His new allies celebrate their mutual success and toast to future projects. And that means we have actually completed the quest. Hurrah! I don't see it up there anymore, so I assume that's what it means. I'm going to go ahead and do... Well, if it's gonna provide me with that much happiness for a menagerie, then I should probably get architecture completed as soon as possible. I'll repair my Casa de Contracción. I'm gonna have to get a trebuchet in here in case any of my nearby cities revolt. Yeah, no. Happiness isn't looking too good for my civilization in general. But we do have a diplomatic leader attribute point to spend. Oh, maybe I should have spent that other diplomatic point on this, then this, for +1 happiness and settlements for each resource assigned to them. Things are looking pretty tense for this crisis already, and it hasn't even culminated yet. But maybe once Armada 2 has been completed, I could change around the crisis policies a little to make things easier. Angry mobs keep destroying stuff, and it's annoying. It annoys me to the surface of the sun and back. But if it's a part of history, then I guess I'll have to learn upon it. Costing me so much gold to repair all of these districts. Even though I have almost 10,000 in my entire treasury. It's kind of crazy, if you think about it. A leader who is completely stingy with their gold. Oi. Another flood on the Rubicon River. Not really a great deal to have. Okay. So an army commander would probably get my happiness in Ostia up a fair amount. Getting some troops within my empire would definitely help in case either of them decides to revolt. Which I'm trying... Oh, no, don't go around. Don't go around. Oi. There's my trebuchet in Roma now. In case I have some medieval walls to smash down, should either of my two unhappy cities revolt.
I sent the armada against men, not God's winds and waves.
Okay, so... what if I tried... taking out religious zeal? I can't actually take out religious zeal? Maybe I'll have to wait until the crisis culminates before I can change up my crisis policies. I'll do sovereignty for my next civic. I'll have to repair my observatory. Have my army commander rest in Ostia. I really do not want it rebelling. And in turn, cutting my empire into technically thirds because of this little land divide right here. It kind of sucks that the option to auto-explore has been removed from this game. Oh man. This kind of situation makes me wish it was brought back. In some form or another. So I wouldn't have to worry about telling each unit where to go each and every turn. I'd have to get a cultural festival underway before I can decide what to produce next in Roma. But I will do a guild hall here. Be done in 4 turns. It's been a while since I checked on my settler, and it is now on the verge of arriving at his destination. Alright, here we go. My first Civ 7 settlement on a different continent other than mine. Let's go. Cordoba is its name. Trying to have a future on this other continent is its game. Narrative choice, expansionist attribute. Over the horizon, there is always another horizon. Reach grows like the dawn. It took me a while to say it right. I'll start by getting a plantation over this tea resource. Leader attribute. Expansionist. I could do +1 food per age on warehouse buildings as a sort of filler, since I don't fully know what counts as a warehouse building. And I've completed architecture, so I'll have to get a menagerie down in Purioli and Ostia at some point. I can do mastery, which will get me 1 relic. And I have 1 other relic slot in Shangal that I can use for it. I'm gonna have to go ahead and purchase it and place it in... Okay, the highest happiness I can get is 7, which is 1 over what I need to maintain the status quo. And I'll do a cultural festival in Ostia for now. Upgrade this unit. It seems pretty new. What's it called? A crossbowman. Pretty strong compared to the old unit I upgraded it from. So we'll be better armed against any potential enemies. Though, as you can see here, Cordoba still remains unprotected. But hopefully that will change. I see a tent camp down here, and I intend to get a unit over there to check it out. Say, this night. Alright, knight. What might it get from this? Pun intended, by the way. I'm finally glad I knew how to become suzerain of a city-state, because I would probably have spent the entire rest of the game trying to win other city-states over from other civs. But I don't know if there's a way. It is still my first game. I'll dismiss it. I got all the trade routes I need right now. A new city-state. Though I don't know its name. bit of an unnecessary exploration, but I still get to see a lot of pretty ice. Minus 1.8 happiness. I suppose I could fix that. By putting this... what's it called? A menagerie. That's what it's called. I'm gonna have to remember it for future reference. Our knights have arrived. Farmers have claimed a traveling prophet cursed their well for showing poor hospitality. Those who drink its water grow sick, and neighboring villages are falling into despair. I'll improve my relationship with Murara Jambi by investigating the well. Or I can get 100 science for leaving it alone. Don't know who or what Murara Jambi is, but I will go ahead and investigate. It's gonna cause Architecture 2 to be complete in 26 turns. The aquifer was tainted. A new well in a new valley will bring new life. Emissaries from Murara Jambi have arrived and pronounced that Spanish Empire deserves all glory and respect. To honor the relationship between the two peoples, they present a generous gift. We've definitely seen that little piece of dialogue before. I am still very nervous about Pudioli rebelling. I don't think I have to worry about Ostia for a while. Sevilla... oh, dang. I'm gonna have to... do everything I can to increase my happiness there, if at all possible. I can't get, Tag, nabbit, what is it called? A menagerie in there. Yet. It is at 1.0 happiness now for some reason, so that's good. I can go ahead and put a temple within the city center. And a fishing quay. Which I cannot build over here. I think it should only be... it can be purchased in towns, but it must be placed on a coast, a lake tile, or a navigable river. But this is a reef, so it's blocked there. I'm going to expand this way, giving me a farm and 2 mountains. I do know that I have a menagerie in production over there. You know what? Screw it. I have more than enough money to make things possible around here. I can just go ahead and purchase it for all I care. There we go. 5.1 happiness in the positives. Like so. I still gotta choose production. But it is gonna be the pavilion. Right here. Same place as the menagerie. Did I get that right? Yep, I did. Okay, my Tercio is coming back to my empire proper. At least. How long before my crisis culminates? Actually, in about a turn. Looking at how things are going. I still wonder if I can change crisis policies once the crisis culminates. Unhappy citizens are rioting in Cordoba because they're not used to the new continent yet, I would imagine. But a temple in Cordoba? Make it so. +3 happiness. There we go. We got a cataclysm going on. The fires of heaven have become fires on earth. Religious beliefs clash at home and abroad. Missionaries spread their word by mouth and soldiers by sword and musket. Civilizations crack and bleed as settlements exchange old banners for new in the name of the divine. In the midst of conflict, communities grow ever closer, clinging to one another as the storm peaks overhead. Alright, I'll need to see what I can do to kind of neutralize the effects of this crisis, but I'm not very confident in that happening. So can I remove this? I can only remove crisis policies when the crisis intensifies or culminates, I take it. But I'll still have to choose from 3. When you convert a settlement you own, gain a migrate and damage 3 buildings in that settlement. I guess I can do this for a sort of positive effect. I could do liturgical disputes. -4 happiness in all settlements following my religion, which they are not. And use Reformandi. When you convert a settlement you own, gain a migrant and damage 3 buildings in that settlement. I guess this should be a good way to culminate the crisis. It's the best way I can possibly put my crisis policies. I think I'm gonna go ahead and see how the rest of this turn plays out before I end it off on that note. Okay, so far things are looking up in Puteoli and Ostia. As for Sevilla, +14 happiness now. And for what's it called? Cordoba, it has 11 positive net happiness. I can't complain about that. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and end it off here. Like so. I'm still a bit wary about the fact that I need 2 more relics to collect and display. But I do have more than enough relic slots in each of my temples within my settlements to take care of that issue once I receive said relics. But given that the age is at 90% complete right now, I'm not sure if that's going to be possible, but part of me still remains optimistic about completing the path. But, again, not really knowing for sure. So, I guess we'll have to see how the rest of this age plays out, starting in the next part. But until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you. Bye!